Al, we have reached the end
Mm-hmm.
of you experiencing the Yakuza series.
Yes. Technically, sort of.
Well, games that have Yakuza in the title.
Yes. Yes.
Key differentiator there.
Yeah. Because we're going through Judgment right now.
Yes.
And I'm replaying 7 because I'm playing it by myself now.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this is our final stretch here in our Al Experiences the Yakuza series.
It's been a long road.
It has been a long road.
When did we start this journey? That's a good question. That's not what we should have had queued up.
Yeah, that is something we probably should have looked up.
February.
February, wow.
That's when we did the Yakuza 0 episode. But
Okay.
earlier in the year, around February probably, is when we started this whole journey.
Yeah, wow, we made some pretty good progress.
And here we are.
Mm-hmm.
The final game to experience in this series. Which we're going to talk about today here on the Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. It's a podcast where we have conversations about video games, anime, and manga. Hello, I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Anne Ladyem.
Hello.
This is episode number 236, and of course, what better number to talk about a game with 6 in the title?
Good, tying it all together there, buddy.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. I tie things.
The tire of the show.
It's true. Yeah, if I go round and round, I'm like that killer tire from Rubber.
What?
There's a movie called Rubber. I think it's called Rubber, but it's about a killer tire.
Oh my god.
It's real weird.
Patreon episode win.
Oh man, I think I watched that around the same time I watched Hobo with a Shotgun.
Oh wow.
So it's like that kind of film.
Okay. All right. Now I know what to expect.
Mm-hmm. Either way, we were talking about Yakuza 6 because I'll experience Yakuza 6.
Yes.
We have previously talked about this game, so we're not going to go too deep into story stuff and all that sort of stuff because we talked about this on episode 73, 163 episodes ago.
That was a long time ago.
Where we talked about Yakuza 6 and Psychedelica of the Black Butterfly in May of 2018.
That's so funny.
So, a little over 3 years ago.
Wow. That was a while ago.
Long time ago.
A lot's happened since then.
A lot has happened since then. You're right. You're very right on that. Al, going into this game,
Yeah.
you knew a few things.
Yes.
You knew about throwing a baby into the ocean.
I knew all about throwing a baby into the ocean.
You knew about Beat Takeshi.
Yes.
You knew about Tatsuya Fujiwara.
And he's like the main thing that I remembered besides throwing a baby in the ocean was Fujiwara.
And question mark.
That you like the engine because of bikes.
Yes. Which we'd already experienced this engine when we played Kiwami 2, so.
Yeah. Was there anything else that was like a big thing? I remember that you said that there was like a small town feel at one point with the game, but that's really like the greatest hits there.
That sounds about right. So most of it you kind of were like coming into fresh-ish.
Yeah, because I totally forgot like 96% of this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, I guess the big thing that I did remember is like who the dad was. I did remember that.
Right. So that was one reveal that you were just kind of like, oh, okay, I know this.
Yeah, I knew that, and I was just like trying to piece together like the whole time we were playing it, like how is he gonna figure this out? Why does he not know what is going on? Blah. Which I mean, you got to hear in real time, but I couldn't figure out like how that was gonna all pan out, and I eventually did. So that's basically all I remembered.
Well, there you go.
It was like fresh new game going into it.
I love a good fresh new game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who doesn't?
And now I've seen one of the greatest cutscenes to ever exist. Ever.
That's true.
Um, if people ask you, are video games art? You just need to cue up the baby rugby scene
Mm-hmm.
and tell them to observe. And they will never again question our video games art because the answer is an astounding yes. Look at that. That is just beautiful. That should go in a museum.
That is true, and that's for true.
It's like one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I've watched it so many times, even like just in bed at night, insomnia. Like, you know what I should watch? I should watch the baby rugby video.
I mean, we all should.
It's true. It's true. I'm sure that the world would be much happier overall, just in general, if more people watched the baby rugby video.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Like wars, who needs that? You can just watch Haruto get thrown around alive by Beat Takeshi.
Oh man.
Why wouldn't you want to see that?
You know, you're not wrong. I will make mention here. There are some updates to this game that occurred when it was brought over to the PC and Xbox One, which came out earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
One of those being that there's a little like history of Yakuza, of all the Yakuza games included on the main menu that you can kind of go through little synopses of the stories. In the newer versions, the Yakuza 2 part has all the screenshots replaced with Kiwami 2 screenshots, whereas in this it is PS2 screenshots.
Yep, sure is.
It's like cool. And then the Yakuza 4 section uses a render that has the new dude instead of the old version of Tanimura in it.
The fax machine man.
Yes, fax machine Coke man.
Yep.
Those are probably the two major differences. The Dragon Engine physics apparently have also been altered, so they're less wild, which is kind of a downgrade, I would say.
Yeah.
Because man, the early Dragon Engine was just a menace, to say the least. And then the missions where you have to like calm down Haruto in the early parts of the game basically just have controller inputs instead of you using motion controls, because those other consoles don't have motion controls.
Right.
But that's basically it. Other than that, it's the same game. Al, tell me your experience with Yakuza 6. I guess I have a question. I have a couple questions for you.
All right, hit me.
First off,
Mm-hmm.
were you surprised that this was basically just a Kiryu game? Coming off of the heels of 4 and 5, which were very much, multi-protagonist games, and also this is also coming off of 0, which was a multi-protagonist game, which saw the rise of a certain Majima in popularity as a character, and then to come to this game and to see Kiryu as basically the only character you play as, and for a lot of the other side characters to kind of just fall by the wayside. Yeah. Was that a big surprise for you?
Yes and no, because this was like advertised and billed as like the end of his story. Basically, am I wrong in that?
No, you're right. People going into this knew this is basically the end of the Kiryu story.
And so I expected it to really focus on him quite a bit. I was surprised that Majima was in here for like maybe a total of 6 minutes.
If that.
If that. And same with Saejima, he's just like not there. Which is wild that like you have like these major characters that just don't really do much. Akiyama was there for a bit, but he was mostly too busy being a stinky hobo.
True.
It's like I like that he was incorporated a bit, even if he was not playable. But yeah, I guess based on the fact that it was billed as that, I expected to be his story. But it is kind of a weird shift to go from like multi to one person and that's it. But if you are trying to cap off this story, it makes sense to make him the focus.
Yeah, I agree with you in that aspect. Like, it is weird in retrospect because of like the popularity of 0 skyrockets this series, and in a way, at least overseas it does, in a way that
Mm-hmm.
hadn't been seen before, like we've talked about previously. So to go from that and then into 6, where like Majima has this newfound popularity amongst newer players essentially, and he just like, hey, I'm going to show up at the very beginning and at the very end, and that's it. It was like
That's
a
it.
little weird and jarring,
Yeah.
but I think with the way, like you said, they build this game and how it's presented to you, like it needs to be Kiryu, and
Yeah.
that's it. Like it would feel very weird if like there was a split protagonist or something like that. Um, it just wouldn't feel like this was the wrapping up of a major character story if that was the
No,
case.
I agree. And like, I'm not really sure who would have been playable in this.
Right.
Like the only character that would even remotely make sense is Fujiwara's character, and even then, like, there's no reason to do that
Mm-hmm.
because anywhere that he's really relevant to the plot in a way that is necessary, Kiryu's going to be there. So just make Kiryu the playable character.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So it's not really all that shocking to me, but it is obviously a shift
Right.
back to the old days.
It also, you know, like 3 was the last game that was one protagonist.
Kiryu-centric.
Yes. And like in a way this game has a Yakuza 3 vibe to it,
It does. It very much does.
where, you know, it's this new location and everything. You have like this little runt Yakuza family that Kiryu gets to run around with and everything. And it helps that like 2 of the main people in that Yakuza family were in Yakuza 3. So,
Wait, who was the other one besides Fujiwara?
Nagamo's voice actor.
Really?
He was the Nishikiyama patriarch, who was like a super sleazeball.
Oh wow.
He was that guy.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, definitely there's a lot of like Yakuza 3 vibes to this game
Yeah.
in that aspect. So like there is a lot of parallels to that in a way. How did you feel about the new location of Onomichi?
One thing that I want to mention that is fantastic is that when you go to Onomichi, Kiryu is like, time to be casual. I'm gonna roll up my sleeves, gonna take off this jacket. But it can't be too casual. I gotta keep on my snakeskin shoes still.
Yeah.
It's all
Business casual.
I love it. I love it so much. And I was so disappointed when we went back to Kamurocho and he put his jacket back on. I'm like, no. I liked it though. Like it felt like kind of small towny, home-ish type.
Mm-hmm.
I also really, really liked the like poetry stone things that were around. That was really neat.
Yeah.
It was a nice touch that you could just go and read them, and I assume that they're real poems. I would assume, right?
I'm pretty sure I've heard that like they went there and like that's like one of the first instances of those stones being like translated in a non-Japanese media, or like in a non-Japanese fashion.
Yeah, like that's really, really cool. And like you said, it gave me a lot of Yakuza 3 vibes in the sense that it's like an oceanfront area. It's small town vibes. Everybody seems to kind of know each other. Um, and I really liked the characters here.
Mhm.
I feel like I connected more with them than I did with the ones in 3. Whether it's the gal at the bar or the Yakuza family themselves. Or you know our favorite mascot who is actually Kiryu, but he's still fantastic. Which man, that whole scene with like, or the side story with Kiryu and dealing with the little girl when she's like, "I'm gonna marry you," when he's in the costume, it was like, "Oh my god, this is so good! This is so good, Kiryu, you are dad material." Which they open the game with him like putting out the white powder, and you're like, "Oh god, what is happening?" Oh, never mind, it's just formula. Here's your bottle, baby. It's hysterical the way they did that. It was so good.
Kiryu's gonna do coke. Just kidding. It's formula.
Oh, and you had that really great throwback with the diaper that he's like, "Oh, nope, I learned."
Mm-hmm.
I know what's gonna happen here.
Which is
You can't get me.
a funny thing because we were talking about this like that. That's a reference to a side story.
Yeah.
That if you never saw that, you would not get that reference.
Nope. It was great though. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
I know. But I did really, really like the town. And I thought it was interesting that there was like a big town secret.
Mm-hmm.
Because many, many small towns do have like weird skeletons in the closet.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not sure that the the payoff of it was the greatest, but
Yeah, like I would agree with you on that.
but I liked the town quite a bit. And when we did the first karaoke song, you have like all the people in the background. I was like, oh, that's neat. You're like, oh, you'll know them soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we did it again after I'd actually met people, I was like, oh, yay, this is fun.
Yeah.
That was nice. It's like, oh, I have friends here.
It's
I wish that Kiryu had been able to just stay there and hang out.
there's a real big just like communal vibe that they are able to
Yes.
capture really well, which like for better or for worse, because like when you first get there, everyone's kind of like standoffish to you because you're an outsider and all this sort of stuff. But then like
Yep.
once you start just like ingratiating yourself into the community and everything, everyone kind of like starts to warm up to you and like get to know you better and everything. Um, it's really
Although
well done.
you can't buy formula after 8 p.m.
It's true. Everyone's sleepy. It's also I think I wonder if like it helps that they are able to like get that vibe down because like Onomichi is actually a real place,
Yeah.
so they're able to kind of like capture the feel of it because like that's the place.
If they don't adopt that mascot afterwards, they're doing it wrong.
I mean,
Honestly.
you see that mascot again in 7, so
Perfect. I'm just saying the town IRL should definitely have that mascot.
I think you're right. I wonder if like that's even like a thing.
I don't know, but I mean, it seems like a good idea. Seems like a really good idea.
I agree.
You know, he's got his fancy outfit that he has an important piece for each thing about Onomichi that he has
Oh,
to
apparently
reference.
it's a fictional mascot.
It's the worst. They should implement it now since it's a thing in this game. They could just be like, "Hey, here you go. You can use this mascot if you want." And then they do, and then it definitely like works for the town and it works for the Yakuza series. Why not? I'm sure they get lots of tourism for that.
I bet.
Not that they'd really like that, but um yeah, each piece of his outfit has like a specific reference except for was it his pants or his shirt that he has no explanation for.
I think the pants.
I think the pants.
That
He
sounds
doesn't
about
technically
right.
need pants.
I mean, he needs pants.
I mean, he doesn't have a specific reason for having pants.
Okay, fair.
He has a specific reason for everything else on his body, but not his pants. Other than, you know, legality of walking around with no pants on. um I also liked that it had like the big shrine area, like with the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And it had the what are those things called? I want to call it a monorail. It's not a monorail.
It's like a little lift.
Yeah, like that was a neat thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not really seeing that. Like, oh hey, I need to get to this part of town. Let me take this like lift thingy. It's kind of cool. I did accidentally curse you. I'm sorry. At the temple.
You did. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for this temple.
Oh, are you?
Mm-hmm.
What does it say?
It was founded in the year 806.
Wow, that's old.
It's very old. Ropeway.
Ropeway. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 806.
806.
That's an old temple.
Oh, this is a bit about the stones. It's called the Path of Literature,
Ooh.
with 25 authors related to Onomichi.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all somehow related, like whether they lived there or wrote about it or something like that.
I think like all of the poems are supposed to like relate to Onomichi.
Okay.
That's why they're there. But that's me just conjecturing
Yeah.
because I don't live there.
I also don't live there.
Wow. Who would have guessed?
What?
So yeah, that's the location and everything. Very
It's neat.
cozy.
I liked it.
What did you think overall about the story?
I liked it. Like I said, I think there were some missteps. Like the whole Secret of Anamichi thing, I think could have been handled a lot better. Um, and honestly, it felt kind of shoehorned.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think they could have come up with anything else, and it would have felt more natural. Um, even though I somehow pieced it together, which I'm kind of surprised by. But overall, I think it makes sense that like really a lot of like Yakuza 1 is establishing like, hey, we gotta take care of Haruka, and we gotta make sure that she doesn't suffer. Um, and we've seen how much he's willing to go through to help Haruka and how much he cares about her. And I think that that's been a very, very powerful part of this series. And so even though she kind of got fridged for a bit, um, like it's a continuation of that. I mean, for lack of a better word, like fatherly instinct and love that he has for Haruka. That he's like, I have to take care of her. I have to figure out what's going on. I have to solve this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think that another thing that was really well done in this game is just like they were so able to just show how done he was this whole time.
Right.
Like they really nailed the fact that he was just frustrated and he was just over it. And I thought that was really a good thing. Like that's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you've had a guy who has been like, for lack of a better word, very self-sacrificing in order to try and fix things repeatedly over the years of like, all right, well, everything's going wrong. Guess I got to go back to Kamurocho. I got to fix everything. Great, yay. So he's given up a lot to try and fix things, and at this point, he's just like, I am so done. I still have to fix things, but I'm fixing it in a different way because this is something I'm fixing for Haruka.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just really enjoyed that aspect of it. That he does eventually take the whole self-sacrificing thing to a whole different level than he normally does. But just the level of doneness that he's able to show, and also something that I think is really important about this series, and I think I would applaud the series overall for this, is they have Kiryu really show so much emotion, even if he doesn't like he's very stoic, but in the way he talks, in the way he expresses himself, like he is a very, very emotional person.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen a lot of that stoic down. And I'm thinking in particular of the scene in the Millennium Tower after that cool boss battle.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was very devastated and showed that he was devastated. Like again, he was frustrated. He was very, very mad. But he was like absolutely broken by that. Which, you know, it didn't really work out the way that he thought that it went, but like a man did just gut himself to try and save his family, and
Mm-hmm.
for nothing. But I like that because you could very, very easily fall into like macho man toxicity type thing here. And they don't really do that And I think that that's something I really, really appreciate about this series, and something that like I'm kind of shocked about, like going in and coming out, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
is like how willing they are for their characters, especially like their big macho manly man characters, to actually be emotional and like have familial bonds and really, really care about people. Like it's pretty freaking cool. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just talking. Where was I going with that?
Emotions are
It
cool.
emotions are cool. It again reminds me of Joseph Joestar and his crying scene. That like you see this really, really buff, tough guy who's been tough the whole time. Like there's nothing that you would think would really break them down. Then once you actually do see them break down, you're like, oh, okay, okay. All right. And a lot of six is him just not necessarily only emotionally breaking down, but he's just so tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, this man's seen a lot. He's like, what, 50 at this point?
Getting there at least.
And he spent like 15 years of that in prison, I think, if I'm not wrong. Something like that. 13, 14. Um, and I mean, he's seen almost everybody he cares about die. And in this game, you have the one situation of the person that he cares about most in the entire world and would do anything for, that he's not sure if she's going to make it. And like that breaks him even further than he was already broken. And it's intense. But you also see like the soft side of him with Haruto, that he's just like, I would do anything for you. I would die for you. And I just met you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's adorable. Like he loves that kid, even if he, just puts his blood on his arm and walks him around. Like that's not how you hold a baby. That's not how you do that.
Look, they never made Kiryu go to baby handling school.
I have like -10 maternal instincts, and I know that's not how you hold a baby, but I'm the one who said you should throw the baby in the ocean, and I know that that's not how you hold a baby.
It's true.
And conveniently, so many people in this game had the exact same basket to put the baby in.
It's a very nice and famous basket in Onomichi.
That babies conveniently fit into.
Yeah, it's the baby basket.
The baby basket. For whatever somebody just comes into your establishment and needs to put down a baby.
Or you gotta put a baby in the river or something.
Mm.
Float it away.
Yeah. Like whatever that biblical story was.
Exactly.
I don't know the Bible. Who was that? Who was that who went down the river?
I don't know. It's one of them.
You can definitely tell we were both raised religious.
I mean, I was, and I don't remember. So
I was too. That's what I'm saying. Is it's hysterical that like we were both raised religious, but we literally came out knowing nothing about religion.
hey.
That was my point. Man, I don't remember, but there is a biblical story about that. I'm pretty sure
There is, yeah.
I just really like how the characters in this series are written. I like it a lot.
I mean, I think that's how they get you. So, like, you go into this thinking, like, oh, it's just cool dudes beating people up. But in reality, it's...
And crime.
It's a very emotionally charged crime drama.
Yeah. With lots of soap opera elements. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I were to... like list one theme of this game,
Baseball.
like yes, baseball. If you asked me for one word that would describe this whole game, it would be fatherhood.
Same difference.
Same difference, yes. Because you have Kiryu dealing with Haruka. You have the whole situation with who is Haruto's dad? What are we gonna do with that? But then we also have like Takeshi being like the replacement dad for all of his kiddos that he's got around. I say as if they're not like 40 years old. Um, in his family.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
At the same,
and then you, huh?
I was gonna say at the same time he has that like he wants that fatherly love from uh the patriarch of the one family.
Yep. And then you have the main villain guy who's like, yeah, my dad doesn't care about me, and my
Mm-hmm.
dad doesn't respect me. My dad doesn't look into me. Then you have Jimmy Lowe
And Big Low.
and Big Lowe. Um, so I mean, you have functionally a lot of different types of fatherhood here, but
Sobia.
Yeah.
Kiryu to
What is
Daigo.
Oh, right. Kiryu to Daigo. That whole letter that I was like, oh, cool. He wrote a letter. Oh, my God. This is a Daigo. And Daigo even acknowledges at the end, like, yeah, he was my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Which, even though I was upset that the letter was not to Haruka, I was like, you know what? I appreciate that this is what he thinks of Kiryu. Like, I'm glad that he considers him his dad, because he really did try very, very hard to make sure that Daigo was going to be able to stand on his own 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he did a lot of work on that. You know, had to take away that poor puffy jacket.
Replace it with a suit jacket.
Rip. Get rid of the like flashy cross necklaces and get a tie instead. No more leather pants for you, son. Those belong to Majima now. Majima's like, oh, sweet, more leather pants.
I don't have to work. I don't have to be corporate Majima.
Corporate Majima was a mistake.
Corporate Majima's cursed.
It's so cursed. So cursed. Oh man. But yeah, so like the whole game is really about that.
Mm-hmm.
And how these different relationships come together, and like what it really means to be somebody's dad.
Yep.
It was good.
And baseball. And
And
pro
baseball.
wrestling.
And pro wrestling. Justice spelled wrong.
I got to teach you about pro wrestling, and that was clearly the main goal here.
Man, I know way more about pro wrestling than I ever thought I would ever know.
See?
But that's part of being friends with you.
That was the secret main goal of playing these games. I was like, all right, I get the 6th, and I get to teach her about wrestling.
Oh man, I get to learn about Umi's husband.
Yep.
Before he was Umi's husband.
Yep. Get to fight him, and was wrestling theme music plays,
Oh my god.
which was real cool.
Oh my god. Oh man. Yeah, the baseball thing was wild. What was the really name of the other team that the like rich man came in with?
Gorgeous or something.
Gorgeous.
I don't know if you caught this, but there's a guy outside of the batting center in Judgment who is wearing that jersey.
What?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
How'd you not point that out to me?
I think it was when you were on the phone with your mom.
Oh. That makes a lot of sense. Toast.
Toast. Yep.
Oh man. And I think that there's also some of that, not baseball and wrestling, but fatherhood, with with the relationship that ends up really forming with Kiryu and Fujiwara's character too. I always forget, Yuta, is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay. Like they end up having like a little bit of a like dadly rapport there for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, sometimes you just got to be punched through a door first before you can get the approval of your lady friend's dad, but you know, get the punch out and then you're cool.
It was the Yakuza version of the dad who brings the gun out when he first meets the daughter's significant other.
It really was, because he's like, so, you banged my daughter, huh? cool. Let me just punch you through this door. Also, grow up. All right, we cool now? We're cool. All right, let's go.
We're good.
Let's go.
Let's go. We got things to do.
And like he even clarifies at one point, like, I'm not mad at you for that. Like a while ago. I'm mad at you for this thing now. And I love that he even has to acknowledge it. Like, I'm not mad at you now for banging my daughter. I'm mad at you for being a dumbass. Which, like, oh my god, can you imagine, like, you're hanging out with this girl, you're liking her, you end up doing the do with her, and then you find out, like, oh man, you have a secret baby with her, and her dad is the dragon of Dojima. Like, oh my god, would that not be the most terrifying thing in the entire universe? Like, that would be a moment that you just shit your pants.
It'd be the most emasculating thing ever.
You're like, oh no, I'm going to die now. Mm-hmm. This is how I die. I good thing I got to bang her because I am dead.
Ripperoni and pepperoni.
Dead. I am going to go swim with the fishies now. Like, that would be the most intimidating thing I could possibly think of in this game. Is that you find out your girlfriend's dad is Kiryu.
Yep.
Like, oh hey, the fourth chairman. Oh my god, my father-in-law is the fourth chairman. Oh god. Poor Yuta. He went through a lot in this game.
He did.
And also tried to set his dad on fire.
He did try to do that.
Very, very drunkenly.
And then got his kicked.
Yeah, he really got his kicked. Oh boy. But I do think that that's nice how they tie all of those together of like, these are the different ways that these relationships can form mm-hmm. and how they can look. And sometimes they're really bad and sometimes they're actually a positive influence. And sometimes even though they're born out of something really negative, they can turn into something really good. Mm-hmm. And I like that. I like that a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate Kiryu as a character in general. Like, I think he is a very, very well written character across all the games.
Totally.
Like he definitely has. He has a very, very strong arc in general, but he has some interesting growth. That by the time you get to this game, you're like, yeah, I understand why he is in this mindset now. I get it.
And I think as well, like, it was the right time
yeah
to end this arc, because I think if you kept going with it, like, you're going to just make the character stale.
Yep.
And I think they were kind of getting to that by the time we got to like 5 and everything, where mm-hmm. just like they had to like bring in more characters for you to play as so they wouldn't burn you out playing as Kiryu all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So like getting to this point, like you said, like you really understand the mindset he's in and like why he makes the decision he does at the end of the game, and it makes sense why this is the culmination of his story.
I do have hopes, and I mentioned this to you after we finish it. I do have hopes that like once everything dies down a bit, that he's able to have more of a relationship and come back, mm-hmm. even though he's technically dead. Because obviously, spoilers for 7, like, he's still around. He's still doing things.
Yeah.
He's just having to be covert and be no one when he's doing it. Mm-hmm. So, like, I think once things die down, he would be able to, like, not obviously, like, he's not going to be able to run the orphanage or anything. But I think he'd be able to, like, visit.
Yeah.
And see them, which I think would be an important thing to him, to, like, be able to see Haruka and Yuta and Haruto, because Haruto's like, holy crap, it's my grandpa, I'm gonna walk.
I always, for some reason, like, my, like, headcanon of Kiryu, like, once things die down, is like he goes back to Onomichi.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Because, like, they make a big poignant point of when Haruka was there the first time, like, everyone kept it a secret and, like, didn't bug her about her idol stuff or anything like that, or, like, the background that had been exposed into the media or anything. Like they just kind of kept it as is and didn't let people hound her or try to hound her or anything. So like I think if he went back there, people would do the same thing for him because of what
And
he meant.
accept him now.
Because of what he meant to them, essentially, at that point.
Yeah.
And I think it would just be an easy place to lie low.
No, I completely agree with you, and that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Is that I really just want him to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be a good place for him to retire.
Yeah.
Like he could definitely lie low there. He's gonna be out of any spotlight with the Yakuza, because there's not really a whole lot of focus there. I mean, like you do have the very small family, and like they obviously know who he is, and they're gonna care about him, but like they're not gonna drag them in. They're not gonna drag him into their problems, and they're not gonna drag him into any like big clan issues.
Right.
But yeah, I have the exact same headcanon that that's where he would go. And I mean, he seemed to genuinely like the place.
Yeah.
Like after the initial like hostility went away, he seemed to genuinely enjoy being around those people and enjoy being in the area. And like, I don't know, maybe he just hangs out and gets paid and is the mascot now.
I mean, I could see it.
Maybe that's what he does. I mean, like, that's a good way to lie low. Nobody ever sees your face.
Yeah.
You get paid money.
Yeah.
And you probably don't get paid a lot of money, but you get paid some money.
He's got some money stashed up somewhere, probably.
I'm sure he does. I mean, like, he hasn't technically, well, I guess he worked in 5 as a taxi driver, but, like, how much money did he make as a taxi driver?
I'm sure the politician that tries to bribe him at the end gave him some hush money.
I'm sure, yes. I am sure he did.
Mm-hmm.
Which, man, what a move at the end. It's just like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Unless you follow my conditions, you can walk out of this door, man.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you are. Those are some intense ones you got there, buddy. Which, I mean, I guess you could have said that throughout the whole game, but
totally.
or the whole series. But yeah, I really do like that idea of him going back there and lying low for a bit. And like I said, I do think that at least in my mind, he would be able to visit eventually when things die down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Haruto would like remember who he is, because Haruto is like 18 months old or something.
Yeah.
But I think it would mean a lot to Haruto. And Yuta too, because Yuta ends up like really liking him.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe he gets to like write an occasional anonymous letter to the other kiddos that he helped raise for a bit. Hello, I am nobody. I am somebody that does not matter. How are you doing? Are you still a fan of that racist girl? You probably shouldn't be. Have you bought any crazy outfits recently? Do you like to dress like me?
Have you ate any buckwheat lately? You shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't do that. You're allergic. How's your wrestling career? Is it going well? You know, fun anonymous letters.
Yeah, exactly.
From the mascot of Automichi.
Yeah.
The return address is just like the studio where they hang out with that mascot.
Yep.
Everybody's like, what is happening? I love it. But yes, that's exactly what I think. Which, I mean, 7 might mess with that a little bit.
I don't think so. I don't really think they go into like where he is.
Yeah.
Or where he's been. Like he just like says he's been around essentially.
Yeah. So I mean, he's obviously not completely off the grid.
He's not off the grid enough for that people know where he can be found. Right.
Yeah.
At least important people.
Yes. And that's the key, is that he just needs important people that could drag him back into things to not know that he's around.
Mm-hmm.
And like Akiyama knows, because Date's a terrible liar.
It's true.
God, he's terrible. It's like, why would you leave Date with this secret, man? Date's not gonna be able to keep that secret.
Nope.
And he even gets mad at him, like, man, you left me with that responsibility? I can't do that. But Akiyama's like, bruh.
One day you're gonna tell me what exactly happened. One
Yeah.
day.
Did you actually see a body?
Yes.
Why did no one else get to see it? Well, he has no immediate family. Haruka! Akiyama's hysterical. I love that dude. I also love how much he cares about Haruka, too. Like, I definitely feel like he would go and hang out at the orphanage for visits.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like, yeah, I just need a break from Sky Finance, whatever. Haruka's like, oh, did you take a shower? Because I'm not going to come pick you up from the airport unless you took a shower. Weird man. I love Akiyama. Honestly, like, he's one of my favorite characters in the Yakuza series just because he's so weird, but in a different kind of weird than, like, say, a Majima type character.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of does whatever he wants to do. And he's kind of unapologetic about it.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about like his weird sewer days, but like yeah, he probably just like goes and hangs out with those guys sometimes, just living it up in the sewers, seeing how his buds are doing. Like I could definitely see him doing that. He's a weird guy. I love him to death. Little kicky man.
Little kiki man.
He's not in 7, is he?
No.
That's a shame. Big shame. I want to see more Akiyama at some point.
Maybe you will at some point.
Maybe I will. I hope so. But yeah, I think that this game did a lot good. I still think the boat thing is just bizarre.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I told you when like they were kind of starting to hype it up. I was like, this isn't gonna end like really cool. Like they're trying to make you think it's going to. It's just like you're like, okay.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I was able to mostly piece it together, and then I was like, that's stupid. Why would it ever be that? Welp.
Turns out
it was that.
Mm-hmm.
Big old battleship.
You sunk my battleship.
What do you think they did with that thing? Like, what do you do with that?
Tear it down, I guess.
Like scrap it for parts.
I guess.
Because like you kind of have to keep that under wraps that was even a thing. Because yikes, that would cause an international crisis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I guess you could like turn it into a museum, but like a floating museum, like they've got like. Is it in Charleston? I think it's in South Carolina. It might be in North Carolina. It's one of the Carolinas. They've got like a what are those things called where the airplanes land?
Aircraft carrier?
Yes, aircraft carrier. They've got a big one of those from I think it's from World War II. But like you could technically do that kind of thing and be like, this is what the ship was like, because it's Yamamoto, is that the name of the ship?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's bigger than the original one, but it's a similar construction and style. So you could be like, hey, look, this is kind of what it looked like. But then you're also kind of verging on the whole, like, yikes nationalism type thing.
I think they have, like, an actual, like, there's a museum to the original
Yamato is there a
museum
to the original? Okay.
I want to say that's the case.
Because, like, the cool thing about the one in whichever Carolina it's in, I literally cannot remember at this point, is that you can actually like walk through the entire ship.
Mm-hmm.
And like that was really, really cool to me because I was able to get more of an idea of like scale of like how claustrophobic it is, how hot it is.
Yeah.
Because good Lord, it was hot in there. We went in the middle of summer.
Man, it's a hot one.
Man, it's a hot one. Like middle of summer in the Carolinas in a freaking aircraft carrier from World War II. It's like, oh my God, suffering.
Can't believe they hadn't installed central AC yet.
I know, wild. Why would they not do that? Um, but I mean, you really get a sense of like what it would be like to be on that ship, which is kind of cool. So you could do something like that here, but also like again, this would probably cause an international crisis. So maybe just scrap it for parts.
Yeah.
Um, so that was a little bit weak. I also wish they had done a little bit more build up on some of the villains.
Same. I was actually gonna bring that up. That like the ramp up to the villains becoming like, oh, we're big bads now. It kind of just feels like it's like you get to the end of the game, and it's like, oh, right, we gotta push these guys in here somehow.
Yeah.
And they just turn the knob all the way up just to make them do bad things, so that you actually like dislike them essentially. And then it's like, okay, well, eventually you'll go fight them.
Like ripped nerd man. Like I don't really know a whole lot about him other than his dad didn't really love him enough.
Yeah, his dad didn't like him enough, and he was just he wanted a piece of that pie, and became just, I guess, too power hungry when he was denied it every time.
Yeah. And then like there was the guy who was dying the whole time.
The politician.
That, like, yeah, the guy who like funded the boat.
Yeah.
And like, I get that that's what he was doing. It's like he was responsible for that whole thing, and people were involved with him, and he was really making sure behind the scenes that like this never got out. But like, there was really no information on that guy, and they just kept showing him like, "Hello, I'm actively dying. What up?" And it's like, I don't know enough about you to even really care about this. You're just a guy that I'm told is important for reasons.
Reasons.
And like they make it seem like he's like this giant mastermind. But like he's basically in a coma the whole game. So is he really a giant mastermind, or are they just using him as a scapegoat?
I think it's a little bit of both, because like the only thing you really see him do is like tell Tsuneo to like kill Kiryu.
Yeah.
But then like outside of that, it's just like, here's this old dude in a bed.
In a bed.
Sleepy.
Actively dying.
Sleepy old man.
So that was kind of weird. You at least had a little more build up for the older guy. The big bad's dad.
Mm-hmm.
You had a little bit more build up on him.
Yeah.
And you had a little bit more build up on Big Low, which I wouldn't even consider him like a villain per se.
Yeah, he's just kind of there.
He's just kind of there, but you did get some information on him.
Yeah.
You actually find out more about like Jimmy Low than you do Big Low, really.
Jimmy Low.
Jimmy Low. Which man? Jimmy Low. What a name.
What a name.
What a name.
Like, I think the two characters, like, or at least villain characters they get right are Beat Takeshi's and Somaya. Because those, I think, both have, like, layers to them. And, you know, it's built up over the course of the game. Somaya specifically is really built up over the course of the game.
Yeah.
Where, you know, he's just like this punk upstart who doesn't care about Kiryu or anything. And then gets beat back a little bit by Kiryu and starts to kind of like, you know, maybe this guy isn't so bad. Especially like when they're like, oh, you have to go kill him now. And then they have that really amazing fight in the Millennium Tower and everything. And then he has that moment where he's like, well, I'm going to kill myself so my ex-wife doesn't die.
Yeah, that was rough.
He gives himself the stabby stab.
Gives himself the stabby stab. Yeah, he definitely got way more development, and I actually liked his development. Like,
yeah,
he's still a butt, but
like he is a person who has clearly done bad things.
Yes.
I think they kind of make it seem that he's at least learned a little bit from it.
Yeah.
Um,
He definitely has regrets.
yeah.
And like I think I told you when it was going down when we were playing it, like one of the things that he tries to make clear is like I never hit our daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, cool, bro, but you still hit her. So it doesn't really make you better, but like he wanted it to be clear to her, like, I did not do that. Like,
I learned from my mistake.
yeah. And so I appreciated that part of him, and I appreciated like how far he was willing to go to. I mean, like it was kind of for nothing, but I appreciate how far he was willing to go to protect his family. Um, Even though they were estranged and
Because it was still someone he clearly cared about, even
yeah,
though like they had this estranged relationship, and she definitely didn't want anything to do with him, and rightfully so. But he
correct.
still wanted to be like, hey, you can come see your daughter if you want. She's like, nope, don't want to. He's like, okay, see you later. Um, but yeah, like he definitely like goes to the most extreme ends to just like try and protect her at the end.
Yeah. And so I really, really liked him. Another character that I think really could have used work was the guy who actually was like doing the shooting at that part.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, who the heck are you and why do you
He was just
matter?
essentially the guy that Kiryu was like supposedly grooming to be the next chairman of the Yomei, and
Hmm.
then supposedly Tsuneo gets into his ear and is like, "Oh, join me instead," and then he just joins the other group essentially to be like their hitman, I guess.
And then he gets his nose flattened.
Then he gets his nose flattened.
But like he's just kind of like a cartoony villain type character.
Yeah.
And then like they don't really explain why he did the blanks really at all.
There was kind of like, I guess he grew a conscience. Essentially, is basically what they think.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. I think you guys just didn't want to kill her off, which like that's valid. But like he wouldn't have really had time to do that. Like after the whole, I don't know, it was weird.
Like it would have to be premeditated.
Yeah, it would have
Like he
had
was going to
to,
go in there and does not do that.
which is odd. But um, yeah, I don't know who that guy is or why he's important really, other than like what you just told me.
That's what they tell you in the game. That's basically it. So
So yes, that and then as you mentioned, B Takashi was a very well done villain, and I wish there had been a way that he was like the actual big bad.
yeah.
But I also understand that like the way that he went down in this game is a significant way for him to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it also has him basically reflecting on like I've made some really bad mistakes over the years, and for what? Nothing.
They basically also try and do like the parallel, like try to parallel him with Kazuma
Yeah.
at the end there, where like, oh, he's like, oh, by the way, I killed your parents and everything. That's why you were in the my Yakuza. Bleh.
But and even like they have a talk later that they have a very similar situation to Kiryu, and that like yeah, I should be mad about this because like he killed my parents, but also he's the only dad I really knew,
Mm-hmm.
and like I still very much care about him even if there's complicated feelings there. And like Kiryu basically has that exact same relationship.
Yeah, 100%.
um like that's he learned that, oh wow, your parents died because of me, yay, I raised you. But like who he is as a person is because he was taken and raised, and like his entire way of life became because of that,
Right.
for better or worse. Like it shaped him into who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's the parallel there that I really did appreciate. um and I do think that there is some kind of like poetic justice there, in the sense that he's like, yeah, so that was the secret, huh? Not sure it's really worth killing all those guys over.
Yep.
They were my friends. Really cared about them. That was it.
Heck.
You didn't actually really care about me that much, did you?
Nope.
Well, I'll be. guess I'm just gonna die then.
Blech.
Like that had some poetic justice to it, and it had some like interesting ways to wrap up his story.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like those two were much better written villains than the actual villains of the game.
Yeah, I would completely agree with you on that.
Like your stepping stone villains were better villains.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of came across in a way of like the whole like JRPG trope of like, oh, you thought I was the big bad, but actually it's this guy who's been mentioned like 5 times, and here he is. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Go take him down. It felt a lot like that.
Yeah. I think that was like the big major thing that I kind of realized replaying this game was that, you know, the villains, the big villains at the end kind of just fall flat compared to some of the other ones like we talked about.
Yeah, I mean, there's some really good characters in this game, and those guys are not it.
Yeah.
Ripperoni. I've also seen, and I wanted to ask you your opinion on this. I've seen on the internet since we beat it.
Oh, no.
I know going on the internet's a terrible idea.
Not the internet.
But I've seen some opinions, and I want to know your opinion on it. That a lot of people thought that he should have just died outright.
I have seen that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people expected that. I think that's the thing.
I think a lot of people expected that too, because when you bill it as the end of his story,
like it's one of those things where you going into this, you think like, how are they going to get him out of this, like story wise?
Yeah.
And the easy way to do that is just to kill him off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was kind of like the mindset a lot of people going into this were thinking, and they basically bait you into thinking that as well.
Yep.
But I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it too. I really just want him to like be happy and, I don't know, get some plants, get some therapy, like maybe a lot of therapy. And just like be able to relax a little bit and not have to like constantly be worrying about like, how am I gonna fix this, or how am I gonna fix that, or what am I gonna do here? Like, the dude just needs a nap.
Yeah, like I think to me it makes sense that he would basically make this ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah.
To protect people he cares about rather than himself.
Mm-hmm.
And just to have him like go off and disappear seems like, if you're not going to kill him, that seems like the only other way you can narratively write him out of the story.
Yeah. I agree. And I mean, once he realized like they're never gonna stop targeting Haruka, and now she has a family and they're targeting her because of me, like I can't stand for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get some of what they're talking about of like, oh, you know, that would be a way that he would be okay going out. And I think that he would, because like we see at the end of it that he was ready. Like he went into that fight thinking like, I'm not coming out of this, and ended up taking like 3 bullets, I think, and also like a lead pipe to the noggin multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
That man had so many concussions, I'm sure. Like he got messed up, and he went in knowing that that was going to happen. So like I don't know that he really expected to live through that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that, you know, he really didn't have a whole lot of options at that point. Like he lived through it. He didn't expect to.
He's like, okay, now what?
Yeah, so he's like, all right, well, shoot, what do I do now? And then this guy's like, how about I just give you this great scenario where you can give me conditions where you can technically die.
He's like, cool.
I'll take that. Dante's like, no, 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 no. But I mean, I'm definitely okay with this. I really just want him to be like a happy old man who doesn't have to deal with any of these shenanigans, and like eventually be able to go hang out with Haruka and all the kids and Yuta and Haruto. And also I want him to like be able to hang out eventually with Daigo again.
Mm-hmm.
Like once Daigo's not in that situation, you know, I think that it would be really nice. But I really want him to just be able to go somewhere and like live and have peace and quiet.
Yeah.
I think that'd be nice for him.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Give him back his Hawaiian shirt.
Yes. It's the one thing we need.
It's the one thing we need. Like he's been through a lot.
Yep.
And I think that now that I really know his story, that moment in 7's gonna be a lot cooler for me.
Oh, dude.
Once I get there.
Totally.
So like I already know that it's coming because I've seen it, but like I think it's gonna be way more impactful for me than it was.
I mean, you saw how I reacted to it.
Yeah, you lost your mind. I mean, rightfully so.
So I'm sure you will also be like, this is very cool.
But I was like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
We gotta fight him, okay? He's nobody.
Yeah, he's just some dude.
Some guy. I'm just a guy. Yeah, I mean, this poor man. He's been through a lot. Haruka has too. Haruka needs a break.
Every surviving member of these games has been through a lot.
Yes, that is very, very fair. Everybody needs therapy.
True, and that's for true.
Oh man. Also, the karaoke song in this game is great.
Yes.
Very cheerful, very fun.
I agree.
Got that great like thumbs up picture.
It's very good.
It's very, very good.
Well,
it's amazing.
I believe that's Yakuza 6.
Yakuza 6. We did the thing.
Al, I have one last question to ask you.
All right, ask me.
Where does Yakuza 6 rank in your ranking of Yakuza games?
Oh, geez, I haven't really thought about this yet. Oh, no. What is my old ranking?
I don't remember.
Like I think it's like 0 and 2 are at the top, right?
That sounds right.
And I think 4 might be my least favorite.
That also sounds right.
With like
1, 3, and 5 in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. Where would I put this for ranking? My gut feeling, and
that's what they tell you, to go with your gut.
I'm gonna go with my gut. 062.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I really like what they did with a lot of the characters in this game. Like there are some missteps for sure, but like the characters in this game really, really sell it.
Yeah.
And I very much enjoy how they are able to characterize Kiryu in this, and I like that was. I like the build up for it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think that was very, very well done. Also, you have beat Takeshi, so like.
True.
Plus, you have Baby Rugby.
True.
So, like, there's a lot of pluses here in this plus column. So yeah, my gut says 062.
There you go.
What about you?
I'm not gonna answer that.
What?
I don't know is the thing. Like it could. I think for me, it's just very interchangeable. Like those are the top 3. I would agree with you. Yeah. I just don't know where they would go because it could change tomorrow.
I mean, mine could change tomorrow too. I was just going with my initial gut. What would your initial gut say?
I don't know is the thing.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I might go 026,
I think that's still valid.
but I don't know. That's just, it is what it is. But I agree. Like, I think those are the top three.
Yeah, those are definitely top three.
Well, we finally reached the end of Al Experience's The Yakuza series.
Now I'm running a business.
Now you're running a business. You are. We are, like we said earlier, we are going to play through Judgment, so you can be prepared for Lost Judgment coming later this year. And also because it's technically a Yakuza game, let's be real.
Yeah, and because of that, it is going to be an Al Experiences situation. Because I can't do that combat style.
Because we did talk about it 2 years ago, so.
Yeah. But I also just can't do that combat stuff. And yeah.
But you can do 7, which you are going through now.
I can do 7. I've been killing it. And by killing it, I mean saving constantly and then going to get in fights to see if I can make it.
Yay!
Usually doing fine. I'm a little over leveled at this point, but that's for now. But also, like, it's me, so are you really shocked by that?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll check back in with you once you're done, and we'll get your final thoughts on 7.
Yeah.
When that comes around. But for now, I think that's going to wrap up this episode. So if you would like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool. It's where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Jared and Al watch. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anne Ladyem, go to anneladyem.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. You can buy our books, One Shining Moment, a critical analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/SACOVA. Buy us a slice of pizza, get access to unedited versions of the podcast early, and a wealth of bonus episodes as well.
And I picked a new movie, so you guys have something to look forward to soon.
It's true.
Whenever we get around to watching it.
It is true.
I mean, it's not a new movie for me, but it's new for the Patreon episodes.
And me.
It is brand new for you.
And me. Next time, I guess because it's coming out this week, or it's already come out by the time you were listening to this, we're going to probably talk about that Dynasty Warriors film.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. I have it in my calendar to watch it.
You
I'm
do.
real hype about it. Oh, man.
Because I figured that would be a good dumb thing to talk about. Because I'm assuming that's going to be a really dumb thing.
Yo, I am so hyped to watch that. It's probably going to be stupid dumb, and I am ready for it.
Or it'll just be bad, and we can just be like, man, what if this was better?
I mean, it could still be funny.
It's true.
Even if it's bad.
Either way.
And then we have the Resident Evil series coming out soon too on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So, some things that are watchable.
Yes, some things that are watchable coming soon.
I cannot wait to see how this Dynasty Warriors film is. I really cannot wait.
It's really going to be something. So tune in next week if you want to hear our thoughts about whatever that Dynasty Warriors film ends up being.
The Muso Queen will tell you thoughts featuring Jared.
Yes.